maybe just a couple you could address being up 3-0 in this series, just how good you're feeling at the position you're in.
Well, I think we'll be better. We'll feel better after another win. That's for sure. I think that the last thing we can start doing is thinking beyond tomorrow. Tomorrow's the most important game, and hopefully we can close it out tomorrow. But this is an excellent team, and we're playing good baseball. So the last thing you want to start doing is thinking about, beyond tomorrow, and all of a sudden, you lose focus of the task at hand.
And right here in front, Brent.
Daniel, you're obviously on a tremendous hot streak. Is this something you think about, or you just go out and do what you've been doing?
Try not to think about it too much. It's one of those things you feel good in there. Thanks, Jake. Try not to think about it too much. Again, I've said this before, but you see what David did tonight and the way he swung the bat, and then the way Sess is swinging the bat behind me. I'm in the best spot in the lineup you could possibly be in between those two guys right now. David's on in front of me. Sess is really dangerous right now behind me. So it's a really nice spot to be in.
And right here in front, Barry.
Murph and maybe David. Terry just said guys are sitting in the dugout watching this historic performance you're having in the postseason, and they're saying, who is this guy? Who are you? What's happened in the metamorphosis? Cespedes, he did that with the A's, made everybody better. What is happening to you that's turned you into a home run hitter?
I don't know. I wish I could explain it. I would have done it like 6 years ago. I can't explain it. I can only thank Kevin Long and Pat Rossler for the work that they've put in with not only myself, with all the guys hitting. I wish I could explain it. I can't, but I think this is just a lot of fun right now. And again, like I said, in between, David and Yoenis Cespedes right now, I think is the best place to be.
And over here to the left front.
David or Daniel.
What is it now? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, we were talking in the dugout, and being here in Chicago, we should have given the shoulder shrug to Jordan after that last one. It's fun to watch. Being a hitter, I understand how difficult it is to do what he's doing, to continue this hot streak, for 10 days or whatever it's been. I mean, it's impressive doing it off these pitchers. I mean, it's fun to watch.
And over here to the left.
David or Daniel. Terry was just talking about some of the smaller plays you guys made, tagging up on the ball, taking advantage of mistakes. You guys feel like you've developed a killer instinct down the stretch here, with the confidence you built?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we can't solely rely on hitting home runs to score runs. Once you get ahead of a team, I think you have to continue to put your foot on the gas and do those small things. Try to steal some bases. I think that's excellent game planning by our coaching staff coming into the playoffs and letting us try to run wild on the base pass. Under control, but if we get a lead early, to continue to put your foot on the gas and try to go. I mean, and you can be aggressive and you can be a little reckless on the base pass when you have that lead, and I think that that's a good position to be in.
Daniel, did you want to respond?
Yeah, I think, like David said, Goody and even Kevin Long have been mentioned each time we talk to him to really try to keep pressure as much as we can on them. And the base pass seems to be one of the biggest places we've been able to do it. I think as an offense, also, it's a testament to how much traffic we've been able to put out there. We've had really good at-bats. We've been able to have traffic on the base paths. Starting with Grandy, he was on there again tonight to lead the game off. Even though he got thrown out, we're still trying to put pressure on him.
And right here in front, Buster.
Along those lines, guys, Terry made mention to the fact that you guys talked about running the bases more as this series began. Can you just talk about that meeting?
I mean, I think it's just, we understand that, set aside what Murph is doing right now with hitting all the home runs, that, normally, in the postseason, you try to, play small ball. You try to, play for that one run, play for those 2 runs, especially with our pitching staff. So I think it was important early on, not just this series, but, when the postseason started, that we had to be a better base running team, because that could be the difference between winning a postseason game and losing a postseason game. And you saw early on in the Dodger series, guys trying to steal bases, guys trying to take an extra base, applying pressure to the defense and making them make a play to get us out. I think was kind of our mantra going into the playoffs, and we want to continue to do that.
And to the left, center.
How do you guys remain confident but not cocky during this incredible run?
Jacob.
Jacob?
He's getting bored.
Yeah.
No,
It's
you
gonna-
answer this. I don't know.
What's the
ahead.
question again, Bruce?
How do you remain confident, but at the same time not cocky as you're rolling here?
Because we understand, just like we've won the first 3 games, these guys can win the next 3 games very easily. This is an excellent team, and you give them room, to win a game, or streak along a couple good innings, and they're going to get all the confidence in the world, and expect to beat us 3 in a row. So I mean, it's as simple as that. Is that you can't look past tomorrow. You have to continue to put your foot on the gas and try to play good baseball and take advantage of the type of baseball that we're playing and the type of pitching that we're getting. It starts with our starting pitching, and as you saw tonight, just like the closeout game in LA, Jake probably didn't have his best stuff, his best command, his best fastball, but he found a way to win, and that's the biggest compliment you can give a starting pitcher is when they don't have their best stuff. They figure out a way to give you 7 innings and of 2-run ball, and that's, like I said, a tremendous compliment.
And straight back in the center.
Do you guys feel confident coming in when you haven't won a game here the entire preseason, a regular season? Do you feel confident coming in that we're at least going to win a couple games? And then for Murph, how much money do you think you've made yourself this offseason?
Well, I'll answer the second one first. That's an off-season question. Unfortunately, right now, 4 teams don't have to answer off-season questions. The first question, I think that we have a different ball club right now than we did when we came here earlier. I thought the organization did a great job adding not only great baseball players, but great character guys, and Tyler Clippard and Cespedes, Addison Reed, Kelly Johnson, Juan Uribe, thank you. So, I think that we're a different ball club. That's also a really good club over there. I think our motto kind of right now is, tomorrow's a must-win. That's the way we're approaching it, and that's the way we're going to keep trying to play.
Does anybody have a question for Jacob? Okay, here we go. Good.
Jake. But I think in all 3 of your starts in the first 2 innings, your pitch count was pretty high. I think it was up in the 40s, and every time you've bounced back to go further than even your manager thought. I mean, other teams are thinking they have a shot against you, and then they don't. I mean, what is it about that it's taken you to settle in a little bit in these games?
I don't know why the first inning has been so tough for me. The last thing I want to do, like I said before, is when our guys go out there and put up a run, is to give it right back up. And, I've done that the past few times. And I think I talked to Travis, and I noticed that they were hitting the fastball pretty well. So I said, hey, let's try to throw some off speed up there early on and see if we can get some early contact. And that ended up working for me.
And all the way to the far left.
Jacob, I actually wanted to ask you if you would have any words for Mats tomorrow, with a chance to pitch for the sweep, and just, what you might say to him, if anything, about pitching tomorrow.
I haven't said anything to him yet, but if I say anything, I just tell him to go out there and stick with his game plan, not try to do too much, keep it simple, and to just try to keep the ball down in the zone and get early outs.
And again to the left.
Danny, what was your read in the 7th inning on the ball that was hit to left field? And then confirm, I assume with 1 out, that was a contact play from third, but just sort of what you saw in it, because you were past second base by the time, or close to it.
Yeah, it was a play with Kyle out there that I thought he was going back on, so I felt like I could get a little bit farther. Sess hit it really good, and so even if he makes the play, I felt like I was going to be able to get back. If he doesn't make the play, you'd really like to get to third base with less than 1 out. The contact play, which it was all TC. So that right there, Lucas is up, does a great job putting that ball in play right there against Grimm, who's got really good stuff. And I just, like on the contact play, TC1 I sold out and fortunately was able to make it in there safe for an extra run.